on the road to possible World Cup finals place next winter. I was about to say summer. It would have been a lapse, because of course the next World Cup in Qatar will take place in just over a year's time, 14 months to be exactly, starting in November, rolling over into December. And now we see familiar figure, Hector Bruce, the new coach of South Africa. Legendary figure in football, both as a player and as a coach, it has to be said. Part of the famous Belgium side, which reached the World Cup semis way back in 1986. He got the job here after South Africa failed to qualify for next January's Africa Cup of Nations. They were stunned by Sudan. And as a result, Sudan went to qualify for those Africa Cup of Nations. They'll be taking place in Cameroon. And in a strange quirk, it's called Africa Cup of Nations 2021, even though, as I said, it'll take place next January, which will be, of course, 2022. But we're well used to that by now. Now, the reason they were looking so relaxed was because they're the flag bearers. No pressure on their shoulders. Not as much as on the players, that's for sure. Well, as we wait for those team sheets, I can tell you that Ghana will be without such players as Jordan Ayew, one of their stars, certainly one of their more experienced players. His brother Andre is available. That's because Andre left the English Premier League. He was with his brother at Crystal Palace, but has since moved on to new pastures. But there were two Crystal Palace players affected. The other being, as well as Jordan Ayew, being Jeffrey Schlupp. Schlupp was actually substituted at half-time. Well, not even at half-time, after 28 minutes. Beg your pardon. He was replaced after aggravating his hamstring. As we wait for the two teams to come out onto the pitch. Well, even if Jeffrey Schlupp hadn't injured himself in the previous game, he would have been affected by that England self-isolation, so he wouldn't have played in this match anyway. The other players to miss out, Daniel Amati plays his football at Leicester City in the Midlands. Abdul Babakh Rahman, he plays in the second division at Reading, as does another defender, Andy Yadom, who plays his football also at the same club, Reading, in the second tier of English football. Another casualty, somebody who's been called up by his club in France. That's the Stade Rennais club, is Kamaldeen Sulemana. And that's a blow because he is a very, very exciting player. So the referee leads the teams out in this World Cup qualifier in the African zone. We're in Group G, this a heavyweight clash between South Africa and Ghana. Now these two teams, of course, have played each other as recently as last March. They were in the same group for the Africa Cup of Nations qualifying, and it was Ghana who came out better across the two games. They won the game in Ghana 2-0, and right here in this stadium they held South Africa to a 1-1 draw, which is enough to book their ticket for the Cup of Nations of Africa. Now, let's enjoy the two national anthems. Emotional scenes as the two national anthems were sung along to by both sets of players, especially South Africa. And here is the South African side compared to the visitors. Hardly any changes at all, just the two. Both of those coming up front. Longwan in for Links, Brooks in for Singh, and Uther Singh and Gift Links both drop to the bench. Now we should get the Ghana lineup as you look at South Africa's experienced coach, Hector Bruce. Man who's guided Cameroon to Africa Cup of Nations success. That was just, what, 4 years ago, back in 2017. Now there's his counterpart, Akonor. Today's referee, Derek Kasokota Kafuli, and his match officials, also coming from Zambia, as well as Gilbert Zide Duamini from Eswatini. And here is that much changed Ghana lineup. Are you ready? So, in comes Gideon Mensah, Fatawu Mohammed, Jonathan Mensah, all in defence. Defensive midfield, up comes Emmanuel Lomote, and then Yaboa, Ashimenu, and Famaye join the team, the starting 11, up front. So 7 changes, that is a lot to take on board, bearing in mind that Ghana only played as recently as Friday. They got the flight down the next day, so they've had just a couple of days to prepare, to get used to the conditions. But as I say, they know the stadium. They played here as recently as last March. And it is Ghana who kick off the second round of matches in Group G. This, another step on the road to the World Cup finals in Qatar in November of next year, 2022. South Africa, as I say, the only African nation to have had the honor of hosting the World Cup finals back in 2010. At this stadium, I can tell you, it hosted the opening game. That, of course, featured South Africa. And it also hosted the final. Hard-fought affair between Spain and the Netherlands. You may remember Andres Iniesta, the pocket dynamo, with the only goal of the game. The opening game was South Africa against Mexico, as well as that memorable quarter-final. Ghana denied by Uruguay. That's a loose pass. And the first chance for the Bafana. Route 1. Not a bad tactic. Straight from the kickoff. Just to go for the jugular. Well, Ghana have ridden that storm. Well, they'll be looking to compose themselves now. They won 1-0 against Ethiopia. Scrappy old match. They'll be looking, well, ideally they would have been looking to build on that. With a much changed side, it's going to be difficult. That, though, was a great first touch. It's on the back foot, though. Nicely done. Didn't panic. There was a whistle, not from the referee though. Given there's nobody, there are no fans in the stadium, from whom, begs the question. Gideon Mensah, interesting to see, the left back, getting really far forward early on in the game. Could well be a sign of things to come. It's to be played back. That's better, and that's a foul, surely. Well, he's grimacing, he's Famille. Referee's first big call. Yellow cards aren't normally dished out so early in the game. Here's the ball from defence. Not offside, not at all. Well, it is an infringement. It most certainly is. Very clumsy play. Now Famille goes to ground, and he's still writhing in agony on the deck. Now, is that a signal for medical attention? The referee making a note. And it will be a yellow card. Well, it doesn't always happen so early in the game. And it is Deruik. That's one of the earliest yellow cards I can remember in a long time. But you can see, you can understand the referee's point of view. Clear foul. Knew what he was doing. Now, goalkeeper Williams Has to set his defence. He's also the captain, is the goalkeeper. Pulls the trigger, well driven, easily collected. Well, that'll do his confidence and his defences the power of good. Free kick, whipped in, took a deflection. I was about to say an awkward bounce, but the deflection actually seemed to draw the sting from the kick. Rakono, busy and vocal early on. Mubarak Wakaso, who took the free kick, did of course get the goal against Ethiopia on Friday evening. That too was struck from distance. On to chase. Difficult one to chase. One advantage of not having fans in the stadium, if that makes any sense, is that you can actually hear what the players are saying and communicating. You can pick up on their calls. Gideon Mensah sends one long, holds the ball up well. It's Andre Ayew, very experienced. Here he is again. Shot takes a deflection, and that should be a corner kick, if you please. Ayew, as I said, used to play at Crystal Palace, but now at Al Sadd. Always synonymous with Marseille, as well as playing for Swansea and West Ham, not to mention Fenerbahce. Slightly fortunate there. Struck it first time. Now I thought it took a deflection. Referee read it differently. It's an opportunity for the goalkeeper. Williams, take the pressure off his Bafana team. A little bit of space opening up on the left for Mensah. Not many options, forced to go back. Jiku, that's a decent ball, cross field. The first touch was nearly good. Patchy defending by South Africa. Pretty relaxed by Williams. Just beginning to get into their passing stride, South Africa. Need to get out of their own half, though. Morena. Nice drop with the shoulder. Overrun it. Suspicion he may have left his studs up. Mensah again, pretty involved since the start of the game. Gideon Mensah. That's a decent ball. The backspin was effective as well for Mensah. He's playing more as a wing back than a left back, although some would argue it's one and the same thing these days. once again, enter the target. Controlled it very well. Just beginning to come into the game. Is that much changed Ghana side? Ball over the top. Well, that time there was too much on it. Could have done with the same backspin the previous ball to the left wing had for Gideon Mensah. But they'll live and learn from that. And this is where South Africa are struggling. Forced to play the long ball. Referee did well to get out of the way. Might have got in the way of a decent pass. Good surging run, and that'll be a corner kick. First of the game for South Africa. In the end, Abdul Fattawu Mohamed, Abdul Fattawu doing his defensive duty. Not in a hurry to take the corner kick is Percy Tau. Now playing at Al Khali in Egypt, which is just as well. Only needs the one ball, because beforehand he was playing at Brighton and Hove Albion in the English Premier League. So had he still been there, he wouldn't have been able to play this game. Now he's a left footer, so watch out for the outswinger. A man down. Referee either didn't see or wasn't impressed by the call, the appeal. Shaping up for a long one. South Africa, direct style. What a bad ploy by Tau. Just anticipating the ball would go deeper than it actually did. There is Percy Tau. Back to the right back. Well, they spent most of their attack so far down the left of Ghana. Chance to change things here. (50-50), and that's a crucial tackle. That really was. Can't stress that enough. Had he not made that, the counter-attack was on. Well played, Gideon Mensah, yet again. Playing his way in contention as man of the match so far, but it's early days. We haven't even touched the quarter hour. Nicely done to Lamoti. Vicious pass. And it's provoked a free kick. And it looks like Mobi has come off worse. And he was the one making the tackle. Yeboah. Well, Mobi will claim that he got there first. And you can see, yeah, wrecking of the studs by Yeboah on the shin of Mob. I think he got off lightly there, Yeboah. With a bit of space. Not the best pass, though. Played into his teammate, who was already being marked and was soon double marked. There's Tau going down, but not necessarily being fouled. Morena, the other fullback. plays for the South African champions, Mamelodi Sundowns. And they dominate the South African league. Oh, lovely cushioned header. Lovely directed head here by Gidi Mensah. I mention his Christian name because there are two Mensahs on the pitch. Gideon at left back and Jonathan at centre back. No relation. And on the matter, the right winger for Ghana, Yao Yeboah, he's no relation to the legendary Tony. Fans of the Bundesliga and the Premier League will remember with fond memories his time at Eintracht Frankfurt in Germany and Leeds United in England. If you ever have some downtime, check out his YouTube highlights. Absolutely explosive. That'll be a goal kick to South Africa. Fair to say, the game yet to explode into life. Very cagey opening quarter hour. Chances, few and far between. South Africa, once again, playing their route one. That's not the best time to slip. Well, he owes his teammate a pat on the back there. Superb play by Wakazo. Tidying up, mopping up for the Black Stars. Good header. Free kick. Well, that looked 50-50. Referee, of course, has a better view. It's closer to it. Trying to impose his authority there. Derek Kafuli from Zambia. That same tactic from South Africa. Crossfield diagonal ball. That pass not as accurate as the previous one, which was intercepted by Mensah. But at least they're trying a variation on the route one ball, right down the jugular of the Ghana defense. All the way back into the safe hands of Ronwen Williams, the captain. Slightly unusual for a goalkeeper to be captain. There are those who say it's hard to actually lead your team from the back. You can certainly marshal the defense, but then of course you almost need at least 2 or 3 captains, one in each zone of the pitch. Nicely done. And that's a mystery. Absolutely skinned the right back before falling over. Might see that again. You get a better view of it. You can see the Belgian coach of South Africa, Hugo Broos, in his technical area. No spring chicken, he's 69 years of age now. Fridays was his first game in charge. South Africa, well, they may not have qualified for the Africa Cup of Nations, but they redeemed themselves. Cheeky back heel. Nicely done by Morena. And again, promising attack. On the final ball, once again, letting South Africa down. Although Ghana's clearance was a lot more hasty, suggesting panic stations there. That should give the Bafana heart. Here's Morena again. the man who produced that cheeky back heel. Don't think his victim will have appreciated it. That's better. Well directed first time pass by Tau. There's the switch. Long Wane. This time, couldn't control the ball. Oh, nicely done. Got to get it off quickly. That's nicely done too. Wakazo read the situation and the danger. Ensa, Gideon. Ayu. The switch by Wakazo. Right idea, wrong execution. And here's that moment earlier when Hlongwane beats his man. It's almost a delayed reaction, but he is looking up hopefully. Nothing wrong with that, you might say. Hlongwane came on at half-time of the victim of the 0-0 draw, I should say, on Friday, replacing Gift Links. And the coach, Bros, obviously feeling he did enough just to justify a start in today's game. Wasn't the most elegant header, but it did the job. That ball just won't come down. Morena outwitted by Fameye. It's good forward play by the forward. Hlongwane bounces off his marker. Will he go for goal? Well, he tried. Mokoena. 50-50. Goes South Africa's way. Don't see too much of the centre-backs. Tau makes a switch again for Morena. This time he does collect. Can he get a decent cross in? No, is the answer. Most definitely a foul. It's an easy one for the referee, Derek Kazuli. Wakazo. Trying a little Cruyff turn. Now the momentum by Mokoena, taking both him and Wakazo over. Mensa. Well, he's playing like one of these captains I was telling you about, asking for a bit more movement, just a bit more commitment from his teammate. Now, a little bit of space, superb tackle by Mensa. This time he goes down, a little too easily. You can't do that, or at least you shouldn't do that. I can't know. Not so much applauding the gesture, but urging his team on. Halfway through the opening 45 minutes. No goals, nothing on the scoreboard, and not that much between the two sides on the pitch, it has to be said. South Africa playing better these past 10 minutes than arguably the opening 10 minutes. Derek Kazuli. Morena. He's the victim. At least he could smile about it. Maybe he knew he got the free kick. You'd imagine they've been practicing set pieces. No disrespect to South Africa, but in any game between sides where there's a clear difference, set pieces represent a great opportunity for the weaker of the sides. Tau whips it in, it's a decent delivery. Double-headed out. Another bicycle kick. Didn't work out. Man down, that's why the ball's been kicked out of play. Looks like one of the Ghana central defenders. Has it been winded? Here's the free kick again. A little bit of argy-bargy. Maybe on landing. Gets the header. His goalkeeper punches him on his left shoulder. I think it's the landing. Lomote. Well, he's a tough cookie. He's picked himself up. Getting on with it. Ofori. Haven't seen too much of the Ghana goalkeeper. Richard Ofori. He actually plays his football in South Africa for the Orlando Pirates. Technical mistake, foul by Tau. Almost taken too quickly. Offside the decision. From the female referee's assistant. Once again, patient build-up from South Africa. Letting the ball do the work. Always a good sign of a confident side. Trying to get behind the defense. More speed, less haste, perhaps the message there from Mokoena. Coming to the game a lot more as the midfielder. Throw it quickly taken by Morena, the fullback. Decent ball. Almost too deep in the end for Holongwane. Does well to get out of the way swiftly. And now the corner kick. Ghana protest. They don't see it that way. Seemed pretty clear cut to me. Yeah, quite what he's protesting about is beyond me, but there you go. Wouldn't be the first time. Tau with the outswinger. Missed everybody. But it is with South Africa again. Pretty good period of pressure for the Bafana. Morena wants a run up. Bodies tangle, decision goes Ghana's way. Percy Tau losing out that duel. You can clearly see pushing down his marker, Fameye. Good to see him back in defence. Sign of a well-drilled team. Fameye plays his football in Russia, at Orenburg. In fact, most of the Ghana team do play their football away from the homeland, from Ghana. One of the centre-backs on the bench. Talking of centre-backs, that was nicely done by defensive midfielder Wakazo. Akano continues to patrol his technical zone. Now that's where the drive is going to come from for South Africa. Percy Tau advancing. Good first time ball. Referee decided not to play advantage. Pulled it back. Deciding the foul on Magopa. Wanted a free kick. Warranted a free kick, I should say. This is Tau in a little bit of space. Yeah, the first tackle was okay, the second certainly not. Apologises, Wakazo, but the damage had been done. And this time, Tau is joined over the ball. As Ofori sets his defensive wall, it won't be a wall. Two options, a left footer and a right footer. It is the right footer, first time in. Goalkeeper spills the ball. And they can't really do anything with a follow-up. Hard to control. Well, that was South Africa's best chance. Mvala, this man, got the rebound. Ball bouncing awkwardly for Ofori. But he just couldn't control it, Mvala. Good hit in the end by Mokoena, the midfielder. Well, the goalkeeper really didn't follow that ball at all, did he, Richard Ofori? That's a let-off. The South Africa's best chance. They've had to wait till the half-hour mark to create it. Nice drop of the shoulders. Comes to nothing, though. Again, the right idea. Fast-paced pass. Just a little too much on it. Wabi's not impressed by the quality of that ball. Maybe it's been punctured, or at least flat. It's his prerogative. Likes a long throw. There's a left back. There it is. Paid off as well. Didn't get the rub of the green. The bounce of the ball, that is. Well intercepted and read. On the back foot, South Africa. It's a good press. Wild lunge, not for the first time, by Famaye. And look at that, no hesitation from the referee. Famaye, second yellow card of the game, one for each side. Joel Famaye, oh, look at that. Mokoena, taken out. Old school, 1980s challenge. Well, Famaye will argue that he took the ball first there, but it's just the follow-up, the follow-through, the momentum. Taking Mokoena off his feet. Slight hesitation. And Ghana win back possession. Good pass under pressure. Cool customer is Wakazo. For his clearance is long and high. Not offside, as the lineswoman suggests. A little bit of argy-bargy. once again, I said Ghana's victory over Ethiopia was scrappy. In the midfield, it's a scrappy battle zone. Look at that. Double pincers. Lomote, the man feeling the pinch. Kiri Mensah drifted out of the game these past 15 minutes after a bright start, a very bright start. A little bit of space. Well, poor pass. And what it does is it puts the Bafana on the back foot. And when they try to raise their game and inject a burst of speed, invariably they lose the ball. Ghana is about to say the more skilled and accomplished of the passing of the two when it comes to passing. If you're wondering where one of Ghana's star players, Thomas Partey, is, the midfielder who plays for Arsenal, well, he was injured just before the start of these World Cup qualifiers. And of course, as he plays for an English club, he wouldn't have been able to play this particular game anyway. But a bit of space now. Oh, did well, very well. Very well indeed. And he's carried on his run. And here he is. Well, this would be some move if it leads to something positive, and it might just do that. 1-0 it has! Brilliant! Disallowed. Oh, that's a pity for South Africa. In the linesman defence, his flag was up very, very quickly. It was Tau, Percy Tau, who got the ball in the back of the net. Well, I'm not convinced by that. And neither is he. The striker knows exactly from where he times his run. But the referee's decision is final. And the referee, of course, is just going by his linesman. But looking at the positive, that could well just be the thing that South Africa need to get a foothold in the game. Certainly to come into the game a bit more. Have their confidence boosted. And it cuts both ways too. Could be a wake-up call for Ghana. Technically, they're the better of the two sides. But that's not being reflected on the scoreline or in terms of clear-cut chances created. Mensah. Nicely done. Drop of the shoulders by Brooks. Breaks down. Ghana outnumbered here up front. Ayew holds up the ball. Very, very nicely done. A former Marseille man. Mensah had a chance first time to make the ball. There was more space. Morena managed to block him second time round. Good passer with the ball, Mensah. Crisp, sharp. There's a run into an offside position. Has to double back quickly. Not quick enough though, Yeboah. Not quite sure what his intention was there. Maybe have a defender panic and drop back to pick him up. Didn't work. Defense kept their shape. Their offside trap worked like a charm. Morena. Lovely turn. A little bit of space now for Marc Pogba. So hard to see where that's going sometimes, as it was Very good defensive clearance. Lovely turn. Drops his right shoulder, goes left. Decent delivery in by Magopa. Boot was high. Studs up. Referee understands. There'll be no yellow card. Dirty play by Wakazo. But the upshot is a free kick to South Africa. Now we saw them go very close here before from Mokoena. This time it's the left foot of Percy Tau, which is shaping up. Not the same angle, not exactly the same position. Dinged in. Good call, very good call. Ayu was there, waiting to clear, but he got the message loud and clear from Richard Ofori. Just under 5 minutes till half-time. 4 minutes left of regulation time. Hasn't been an open game, but there haven't been too many long stoppages, that's for sure. Great slow motion. You can see the sweat pouring off the brow of Wakozo. Now it's South Africa's turn to pressure. The press is high. Forcing Mensah back there. Mensah's drifted into a midfield position. As Wakazo has gone into the left back position. Here is Mensah, Gideon Mensah. Well, good to see the referee's assistants playing with a smile on their faces. Yeah, it's clear, you can tell, by the two tones of shaded grass. Well, now just 3 minutes away from half-time. I think both teams will be happy to go in at the half-time break with the situation as it is. What they both need to do now is just focus hard, concentrate on not giving away a soft goal before half-time. Worst time to concede a goal, best time to score a goal, they say. And it will be South Africa defending. Mensah keen to take it quickly. Got Ayu ahead of him. They move the ball swiftly when they want. South Africa don't mind that as long as the ball's going backwards, which it was then. Wakazo. Both teams seem to be happy just to play out the rest of this half in midfield. Unless I'm severely mistaken, wouldn't be the first time. Back to the goalkeeper. You guessed it. Brave pass, but he was confident about it. Was the captain Williams. Air kick by Percy Tau. Ghana dominating the final couple of minutes, nicely swept across by Mensah. Hastily cleared. Only as far as a white shirt. Wakazo did well. Just about got the ball and pass off in time. Fameya drifts across from his centre forward position. Nicely done. Ball's loose. South Africa win the 50-50. Ghana. Andrew Ayew. Applaud. He is, of course, the captain. The experienced 31-year-old. Monte checks does well to keep the ball in play. Long Mane. That's a free kick. He's been a threat down this left flank, I should say. Definite foul by Fatawu Mohammed. And so, having dominated the last couple of minutes, Ghana now have to defend. South Africa had the ball in the back of the net from more or less this position. It was disallowed. Can lightning strike twice? Whipped in. Well, was it a cross? Was it a shot? Well, a right smile from Percy Tau. That's the last action of the half. The referee's whistle has blown, and the two teams will go in at half-time. Level 0-0. Cagey opening 45 minutes. Both teams, to be brutally honest, playing as if they're trying to avoid defeat. They're going out all out for victory. Hopefully that mentality and philosophy will change in the second half. Make sure you join us then, where hopefully there'll be goals. Join us after the break.
Ipo la Libya. Angehim, kuzum.
Hey. Thank you. Jamie, this ball is better.
It's not good, huh?
Nah, this is not good. Do you know what, check around? Put it away.
This one's not good, yeah? Check on it, right? Check on it.
Here, check this ball. Put some air.
Da.
Come. Oh, now
Anh just đóng cái tù về.
The two teams come back onto the pitch after their half-time break. This is Ghana. If you're just joining us, the first half wasn't exactly a classic game of football. Hopefully, after a half-time cup of tea or orange segments, there'll be a change in the quality, certainly the urgency of the game. Just checking to see if there are any substitutions. Charles O'Connor. Last minute words, instructions to Gideon Mensah. He's been a star pick-out player for Ghana, at least for my money. Fameye. Here's goalkeeper Richard Ofori. South Africa did have the ball in the back of the net. Ruled offside. Decision which the goal scorer disagreed with, but then again, maybe that's not such a big surprise and a vested interest. Now, we did see a ball slightly deflated. Maybe that's why every single ball is being pumped up on the sidelines. Collective huddles from both sides before we get back down to action. Bruce's and O'Connor, the two coaches, as we prepare and wait for the kick-off of the second half. You just saw Sedanir Janevski. And it is South Africa to kick off this second half. Ghana top of the group as it stands after their 1-0 win. A slender 1-0 victory over Ethiopia on Friday. South Africa, well, they were held to a draw by Zimbabwe, in Zimbabwe. It's their first home game of World Cup qualifying. And they get the rub of the green there. Decent cross in, and the ball's loose. Oh, my word! Well, I don't think the goalkeeper knew exactly where it was, but luckily for him, neither did the South Africa striker, Magopa. That's the lucky bounce South Africa get. The first time ball is good. The goalkeeper, oh my word, how did he not score there? I'm lost for words. Well, he wasn't expecting the goalkeeper to drop it, obviously. Magopa, what a miss. Well, at least he could smile about it. Goodness me. He's just got to compose himself for now. Put it to one side. As the goalkeeper, Ofori, seems to have taken a knock in that challenge. And it looks like Ofori's teammates are encouraging the substitute goalkeeper to warm up. Here's the chance again. Question mark about offside. Well, he was caught by surprise, as much as we were. Terrific ball in by Mokoena. Takes his eye off the ball, and goodness me, Magopa committing the cardinal mistake for any striker, for any footballer for that matter, just taking his eye off the ball. And as I suspected, the substitute goalkeeper is warmed up. It looks like Lawrence Atizigi. Well, a dramatic start to the second half. As dramatic an incident as we saw in the whole of the first half. Bar that disallowed goal. Now, he hasn't had any time to warm up. Nobody was expecting that. This is his warm-up now. Well, he does have time. The substitution won't be made immediately. Charles Akano was not expecting this. Still, international teams have more substitutes to play with these days, so it's not such a melodrama. Now, will he soldier on? It would seem to be the case. Medical team have given him the thumbs up, and it's a chance to see the action again. Mokoena, terrific delivery. It's almost been lost in the drama of what followed, but it's a cross of the highest order. Textbook cross, in fact. Played in with a lot of pace and whip, making it very hard for goalkeepers and defenders to defend, and unfortunately for centre forwards to get on the end of. Fortunately for Ghana, for South Africa, I beg his pardon. Well, there's not much there between the two 15s. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Not as smooth as in the first half, that Ghana defence. Maybe they've been rattled by conceding the goal, the disallowed goal before half-time, and that near miss, let's describe it as, that's dangerous play, pussyfooting around in midfield. Was Lomote. Didn't play the first game. Emmanuel Lomote plays his football in France at Amiens in the second tier. So after that entertaining opening 5 minutes, what course will this game take? Will it settle down to the same rhythm as the first half? Certainly, from South Africa's point of view. Okay, they're not playing in front of a home crowd, but playing at home they certainly are. At an illustrious stadium as well. They were held to a goalless draw on Friday, so the onus is on them to get the first win under the belts. Durek, been yellow carded, remember. He's got to watch himself. Wayward pass. Red tackle. Will be a yellow card for Mvala. Referee, once again, asserts his authority. Certainly late. Well, we didn't have much stoppage time at the end of the first half. I think we definitely will at the end of this half. I think we've had as many stoppages as we actually have the ball alive in play. And it is a yellow card. I stand corrected. But I don't think number 5, who was in picture, surely it's the man who made the tackle, Mvala. Oh, we'll try to get confirmation of that. Yes, there it is. Mvala it is. The man who made the tackle. Infringement. That's a relief for South Africa, who now have 2 yellow cards to their names. One at the start of either half. Mobby, as we've seen in the first half, likes to launch his throws long and hard. Here he goes. Ball's loose. Not anymore. Booted clear by Gideon Mensah. Moreno. Definitely more urgency from South Africa in the second half. Must have been the message from their Belgian coach, Hugo Broos. We saw him deep in conversation with Sedomir Janevski, his right-hand man. Nicely done. Ball played into space, and lots of it. Well tracked. Well played Fatawa Mohammed, but the ball's fallen nicely. Excellent block. Brooks. Now he's been muscled off the ball. Chance of a counter now for Ghana. Unusual play by Ayew. Trying to get ahead of the defender instead of getting between the ball and the defender. Once again, lots of space for South Africa on the right wing. And again, good driving run and an equally good tackle by Wakazo. Or better in the second half. Makazo actually plays his football in China, the Chinese Super League for Shenzhen. And a long journey back. Just shows how much the World Cup means to him and to Ghana. Ayew. He's travelled back from Qatar, where the next World Cup finals will be staged. I don't think you have to be a lip reader to understand what Ayew feels about that decision. Although Zulu was pretty adamant straight away. Oh, clever, well played. Perfect pass to feet. Terrific speed. Yeboah, he's drifted out of the game. Play on, says the ref. Two against three. So maybe Percy Tau will settle for that. Here he is, keen to get a move on, to get on with the game. It's good to see. Once again, nothing between these two teams, as reflected by the scoreboard. Oh, did he mean it? If he did, it didn't come off for him. That's good play by Mensah. Controlled the difficult ball relatively well with his chest. And as it bobbled away from him, he was onto it like a flash. No, it wouldn't be easy to control. Just to remind you of the format. Qualifying for the World Cup from Africa. It's a dicey business. There are 10 groups of 4 nations. It's only the group winner who goes through. And even then, there's still work to be done. This is good work being done here. And he's still going. That was excellent play by Famille. Now, Famille's done well. He's come in to replace Jordan Ayew. Plays his football in Russia. Came on as a substitute in the first game, but late, as we see Ghana warm up another substitute. Have to defend here, though. Long Mane. That's well played. And this could be time for that Ghana substitution. So it looks like Famille coming off. Kwame Opoku replaces him. Well, it's a predictable time to make your first substitution on the hour mark. Ghana have had the upper hand, I would say, in this game, just about. Certainly the first half as the ball's whipped in. And they still haven't scored, so it makes sense to replace your centre forward. Brooks. Had a quiet game, Brooks. Replaced Luther Singh. Rash clearance, straight out for a corner. It was Jiku. And a pretty solid game so far is Alexander Djiku, another Ghana player based in France. He plays at Racing Club Strasbourg, over in the east of the country, not too far from the border with Germany, the River Rhine. South Africa with a corner kick. Percy Tau. Swung in, good header, flicked header on. Nobody to get on the end of it though. Trying to make amends there, possibly. Was it Makopa? And back. Well, that really would have made up for this glaring miss earlier on. Virtual open goal after the goalkeeper, Ofori, fumbled. And that's interesting. Ofori not taking the goal kick. One to watch. Longmane does well. Can they keep possession? No. Ghana. Didi Mensah gets the ball off. Ghana outnumbered again. Mensah, hopeful ball in and straight out of play. Mokoena, relieved. Jonathan Mensah, not pleased with the service there. Or perhaps another reason for the Ghana substitution is that Famaye was under yellow card. Promising early pace at the start of the second half seems to have evaporated. Both teams paying each other a lot of respect. And I've said it before, not too much between them. Brooks. Wanted it back, did Ethan Brooks? I was saying, apart from 2-0 defeat to Ghana as the ball comes in, and that's an easy take, even for a goalkeeper who's moving gingerly after that clash. Will Richard Ofori manage to stay out the game? It shows how much his coach, Charles Akono, rates him, that he's not prepared to sacrifice him for a reserve goalkeeper. We did see Lawrence Atizigi warming up at one point. Walking pace in midfield. Is that fatigue or just a lack of options? Cuts inside. That's the substitute, Kwame Opoku. Brooks, a spectacular midfielder, just gets on with it. Solid without being spectacular. That was a wild ball, waste of possession from the Bafana. Mobi. Not as vocal as his opposite number is the Belgian coach Bruce. Not hearing him as much as Charles Akono. Maybe that will change when if Ghana manage to break the deadlock. Or will it be South Africa who get the opening goal? We're past the hour mark. No goals between two of the relative heavyweights from African football. Didn't finish what I was saying earlier, that winning the group is good. As South Africa win a corner. Winning the group, winning one of the 10 groups is good, but that still doesn't guarantee you a place in the World Cup finals in Qatar. Then next March, those 10 group winners will be drawn out of a hat in 5 games, and then the 5 winners of those playoffs get through. So you really have to earn your place in the World Cup finals if you're an African nation. Ghana have been there before, but neither they nor South Africa were at the last World Cup in Russia. Percy Tau, deep corner kick, nicely controlled, referee slightly in the way. Oh, he did well, did very well there, Morena. Needs a runner. Tau again. He wants a runner, he gets one. There's the cut back, well controlled, acrobatic kick just wide of the post. Better from the Bafana. Mvala. Terrific play. That was better construction by South Africa. Getting behind the defence, the cutback pass was good, and the acrobatics, well, it wasn't too far off, you know. Excellent cutback by Hlongwane. That's what he's been doing well all game. And the contact was pretty good, you have to say, by Mvala. Long throw. Ghana keen to get the ball out of their own defensive half. If Ghana edged the opening half in terms of possession, South Africa are doing the same in the second half. Ghana may have words about that. Ayew, will he go all the way? Whistle's gone. Once again, Ayew. To say he doesn't agree with the referee's decision is probably an understatement. Special expression tells its own story. Cuts inside, that's 50-50. Well, for all the world, it looks as if the South African player, De Rook, there. There is contact though. That's the beauty of the reverse angle. There is a little nudge in the back from Ayew. So maybe he's protesting too much there. Unless, of course, these movements and gestures by footballers are so second nature that they don't even realize they're doing it. That, of course, was the argument put forward in support of Luis Suarez when he handballed in this very stadium to deny Uruguay, to deny Ghana a certain goal against Uruguay. It was his coach who said that as we look forward to another substitution. And once again, it's for Ghana. So coming off is Andre Ayew, the captain. That's why he's got back onto the pitch to give the captain's armband. But to who? And it's going all the way back to the goalkeeper, Richard Ofori. Yet to have confirmation of the substitution though. We'll bring that to you as soon as we get it. "20 minutes left of play. Ghana coming back into the game. easy for Mensah. Decided against the back pass to his goalkeeper though. Got away with it. Fortune favours the brave and all that. Here is a substitute. Well, one back. Good fighting spirit shown. And moving the ball around better than they have been in this half so far. Makazo. To the fullback, Fatawu Mohamed. Oh, yet another Ghana man down. Cause for concern. More worries for the coach, Charles Akonor. Well, I can now confirm that that substitute who just came on for Ghana is Samuel Owozo. And he replaced the captain. And there has to be another substitution, unfortunately. Seemed innocuous enough. Fatawu Mohamed with the throw. Comes to nothing. Route 1 from South Africa. That's how they started the game. I said it could well represent their best chance of getting a goal, but the most dangerous chances they've had have come from promising play down either flank. This time, Ghana's turn to go for the jugular. Coming up to 15 minutes left of play. Handball, spotted by the referee. That's a pity for South Africa. Good position. That man, Makgopa. Unfortunate. Didn't control that first touch. And a man receiving attention on the sidelines who was actually stretchered off. Oh dear. Talking of casualties, it doesn't look good for Richard Ofori. I think it could well signal the end of his game. Clutching his right leg. When the referee is giving you a helping hand, you know it's the end of the game. So this time, the substitute goalkeeper has had plenty of time to warm up on the sidelines. And he will be making his way over. Lawrence Atizigi. Unless they're going to try to revive him again. Ghana, they're playing past the parcel with that captain's armband. The latest winner is Jonathan Mensah, the centre-back. And this is a double substitution coming up for South Africa. And the man coming off is Umvala. He's to be replaced by Ngabulo. Well, Umvala will be remembered for that spectacular overhead kick. And that's a sorry sight. Like commiserations go to Richard Ofori and indeed his coach, Charles Akono. His Ghana team have been severely depleted. Quite understandably, the reserve goalkeeper is taking his time.
Go in now, my friend. Right? You're wasting time, my friend. No, you're doing two. You're doing two. Wait. You're doing two. Hey, you're doing two.
As Ofori continues to receive treatment.
What substitute for what? Come on.
Top of his right leg. Was it a massage? Or was it just a consoling pat?
Go in now. Come on, okay?
And here comes Atizigi. He's just been accused of wasting time. The referee, was it the referee's assistant? I think it was the referee's assistant.
No, wait. You can go in. Okay.
And another substitution. On comes Baba Mohammed. We saw him warming up just a few minutes ago, but the substitution didn't materialize. And he replaces Ashimiru Majida. So 4 substitutions made now for Ghana. How quickly can they settle in, though? That's the question. Two of Ghana's front three have now been replaced. And there's confirmation. Of the second South African substitution. Now those substitutions haven't inspired a major change in the game yet. Now that's drawn a foul. Well, Hildy's his defence will be that he took the ball. Well, maybe not. Second viewing. And another substitution. So off goes Mac Gopa. Unfortunately for him, he'll be remembered for that glaring miss as the free kick comes in. It's a decent delivery and well left by the substitute goalkeeper, Atizigi. Decent delivery, it looked like. A little bit too deep. Lots of movement. Zulu, the central defender, was the target. Well left by the substitute goalkeeper. And this is Lawrence Atizigi with his first kick of the game, and a pretty decent one to boot. And this game is just hanging in the balance into the final 10 minutes. And it will be at least 10 minutes because of the considerable amounts of stoppage time we've had in the half so far. Yep, referee got that one right. Good ball if he can control it, which he can. Well played, Morena. And Gobo, substitute, dispossessed. But South Africa get it back. That was hopeful. That was brave. Still with South Africa, golden opportunity, and there's a goal! The breakthrough! The hosts have done it! It was messy, it was scrappy, but who cares? Bafana take the lead, 1-0 with just under 10 minutes to play. The substitutions pay off. Team and substitutes are delirious. Pure perseverance there. That was a brave header. Now watch out, Hlongwane lurking. It might even be an own goal. Watch out for number 15, Hlongwane. Gets into position. It's a decent ball in. Did he get it with his left boot? I think he did. I think he did. Joy untold. 1-0 Ghana, keen to get on with it now. And a yellow card for the goal scorer, Hlongwane. Third of the yellow card of the game for South Africa, but all they'll be concerned with is that scoreline. And the fact that the man who's just got the yellow card has broken the deadlock. Well, it was a long time coming. They had to be patient, and it's not over yet. Referee just about gets out the way. South Africa going for broke. Ball kept in play, but unlawfully. Just 5 minutes left of regulation time for Ghana to get back in the game and to get something out of the game. Not the trick now. Oh dear. Well, not the type of trick I was talking about. I was about to say the trick is not to try to do it individually, but to keep it collective. No, that really is a game changer. And it will change the complexion at the top of the standings as well. Now the other group game. Ethiopia against Zimbabwe. That takes place tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock. That will be in Ethiopia. Ghana keen to get back into the passing game, which they showed glimpses of in the first half. Hardly at all in the second half. And you've got to say, in terms of the balance of play in the second half, South Africa deserved it. They had that golden chance for Akogba, as well as at least two others before the actual goal itself. teams in the group. They play a round-robin system. They play each of the 3 opponents twice, so that's 6 games in total. First 2 games are taking place in this international window in September, and there'll be 2 more games in a month's time, at the start of October. Then there's probably about 5 weeks wait for the next round of 2 games, the final 2 games. That'll be in November. It's like Ethan Brooks. It's been winded. He's staying down, that's for sure. Well, that's not the incident, of course. That is. Didn't seem to be too much in it. Here's the goal again. And in all the hullabaloo about the goal scorer, Hlongwane, we've got to give credit to the build-up. Perseverance was the name of the game there. And now, it's Ghana's turn to go for goal. Best of throw-ins by Mensah, Gideon Mensah. Wakazo scored against Ethiopia. Well, the huffing and the puffing. Remember, Ghana have been severely depleted coming into this game. Losing those 5 players based in England. Not to mention Kamaldeen, who was called back to France by his club. Likewise, the case for Kierre. He was called back by his German club, St. Pauli. Another South African player down, this time the goal scorer, Hlongwane. Well, it's clumsy by the fullback, Fatawu Mohammed. Not quite sure it warrants a stretcher. There's anxiety etched upon the faces of the South African coaching team. They know they're close. They've just got to get over the line. Just need confirmation of how many minutes stoppage time will be added on at the end of this game. 3 is the answer. Not as much as I thought. Good clearance. South Africa dispossessed, or played Wakazo. He's won the free kick as well. The Black Stars on the ball. They need a goal. Type of route 1, that's a crucial intercepting header. Wakazo. This is when Ghana need cool heads and composure. Wakazo after the free kick there. Gifted to him by Letsoalo. Last chance saloon for Ghana. It's a decent delivery. Can he keep it in? No is the answer. They sense 3 points is within their grasp to South Africa. Percy Tau, he played his part. I was expecting a substitution. That's what the goalkeeper and the South African captain, Ronwen Williams, is suggesting. Wouldn't at all be surprised If the man coming off is Longwane, the goal scorer, he's been struggling these past few minutes. Well, they're insisting go, go, go is the message from the Ghana player, Jonathan Mensah. Here is the substitute, Mongamat Mart, ready to come on. It will, of course, count the clock down, which is exactly what South Africa want and need. We're into the closing seconds. Will we even have time for that substitution? That's the question. Poor pass. Just when South Africa needed to retain the ball. Hopeful ball forward, but it's come off. Oh, well played. Great recovery. Morena. A contender for man of the match. Certainly from South Africa's point of view. And there is the final whistle from the referee. Celebration and 3 points in the bag for South Africa. Well, it wasn't pretty. They had to work hard. But the stabilizing influence of this man, the Belgian coach, Broos, has paid off. Huge from Hugo Broos. Mission accomplished. Well, Ghana, it was always an uphill task. Playing away from home with a decimated first 11. Losing 7 players from the side that won 1-0 against Ethiopia on Friday. Full marks, though, to South Africa. 1-0 the final score. Bongukule Hlongwane, the man breaking the deadlock and scoring a goal worth its weight in gold. That gives South Africa 4 points. They go to the top of Group G, leapfrogging Ghana. The remaining match from this second round will take place tomorrow. Ethiopia against Zimbabwe. Well, I certainly hope you've enjoyed the match and the commentary. Make sure you stay with us for all the action from World Cup games from the CAF African Zone.
Presentation then. Thank you very much, Luke. I'm going to have a quick word now with Bongi. How did it feel out there, going up against the Black Stars? Benjani ke, Benjani.